Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Raid Shadow Legends, and we're on the free-to-play, epics and uncommons only special challenge. So today we are talking shard pulls. When should you pull your shards? So before we get into that discussion, I wanted to show you guys my first void shard pulls. Now, I intended to post this sooner, but Plarium has just been throwing all these crazy, wonderful, special events at us, haven't they? So, in consideration, I've been posting a lot of shard pull videos for the main account because, well, I've been pulling my shards. But there's a lot of different things to think about when I'm talking early game accounts, and especially me with my special challenge. So, I will put up the graphic. If you're not aware, this is my special challenge. We are talking epics and uncommons only, no using those Legos, no using the rares. That does include Diliana, it includes your starter champion, it includes everything. Exceptions being, of course, the actual main progress missions and challenges when they tell you to, like, equip something on a rare. Okay, fine, do that. It's fine. But for the most part, I'm trying to keep things simple. I'm also not crunching the really good rares, and I'm not going to crunch any legendaries. I'm not taking away any books from legendaries or rares to put on uncommons or epics. So I'm kind of trying to keep things, I guess, with the mindset that I'm giving this account away. So back to shard pulls. What have I pulled on this account so far, right? That's what you want to know. Before we get into that discussion, let me roll my first void shard pulls from last week, and then we'll discuss. Now, this is Friday. The free-to-play just the 2 times event just launched, and I was gonna wait until Sunday to pull my shards, but I figured, why the hell not? I only have a few, and I have a couple people that did some referral program, well, use my links, I should say, that are close to getting level 30, but not quite there yet. I don't know if they're gonna hit it or not this weekend. If they do, well, that's going to be added onto this video afterwards, so you'll see. But I'm going to pull my shards now. I'm excited. My main account was not as exciting, so I'm just maybe hoping for a little bit of excitement over here. So I got my shards from campaign. Now, the first place you get a void shard will probably be completing normal campaign. Once you get to the very end and you beat more 2, you get a void shard. You don't have to 3-star everything at that point, you just get a void shard for beating more 2. You do get another void shard for 3-starring all of normal campaign, which I just was able to do with my level 50 shield guard. He's not in anything special, missing a necklace, and my level 40 Talia. So they're both in lifesteal, it definitely helps. That's probably the key right there. He does have masteries as well. But again, he's only level 50. We still were able to get that lovely void shard. The challenge is here. I think the last dungeon challenge, part 3 of 5, I think that's where I got the other void shard. I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, honestly. But I think that's where I got the last void shard. It looks like we have a chance for another one here. But honestly, stage 10 of the Spirit Keep is giving me some trouble. I'm going to try the other keeps as I go along, and we'll see if I can get lucky and get this other void shard. If I do during the 2 times event, of course, I will record that pull as well, but this is free-to-play, epics, and uncommons only. So we have one of the 3 options from these void shards is the only thing we can use, right? I can use epics. We get a cold heart, rare, or yeah, rare, can't use her. I get a legendary, I get 2 Hunter Rock, can't use her. So we're hoping for epics here. Let's see what we get. It's not much, right? It's only 3 shards. Oh, come on. You know I'm gonna get 3 rares, right? That's what's happening. I feel like this account's cursed. I don't know. I feel like some accounts just have all the luck and others just nope. Another rare. Oh gosh, only 1 more. This is so uneventful, isn't it? I don't want to do it. I don't want to hit it. I feel like this account's really cursed. I've pulled 16 ancients and only rares so far. So they've all been single pulls. I think I'm going to start saving my ancients for 10 pulls, or there is a 2 times ancient event in 2 weeks. So I might try to save for then if I can resist, but we'll see. I might give in before then. All right, one more shard. It's going to be a rare. It's fine. It's fine. And it's a rare. And I got 3 terrible rares, none of which I could use anyway. Should I pull my 1 ancient shard as I just said I'm gonna save them? Screw it. I just said I'm gonna save them. After this. Oh my god, okay. 17 ancients, no epics. 3 voids. No epics during the 2 times. As expected, I got nothing else to play with. This is sad. Let's do a 10 Papa Mysteries to finish us off. Maybe I'll at least get another shield guard. And they're all comments. Oh, this game hates me. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm not even gonna go into anything else. We're gonna leave this set as a sad, short video. Today's not a good shard pull day. Today's not a good shard pull day. If this video is longer than after this statement, you know that I pulled some more later. But if not, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Alright, now as you can see, I wouldn't say I had the best luck ever, right? So obviously I don't have any fancy void epics here. I also, in the vault, don't have any fancy void legendaries. I did get 1 huntress from a void shard. She is part of the Broadmaw fusion, so I will be holding onto her. Now, I am obviously crunching all my rares as I get them that are not part of fusions because of this challenge, but don't do that yourself. You don't have to crunch everywhere. There's plenty of really great rares to use. Now please keep in mind when I'm talking a lot of things on this account specifically, we have the challenge in mind. So I'll try my best to give as many disclaimers as I can as I discuss to not confuse early game players in general, but please keep in mind that if you want some other advice for early game, you can check my last free-to-play series, free-to-play 1 hour a day. I do include a lot of tips and tricks as I go along on that account for general gameplay. But we're getting silly up in here and we're having a challenge. But regardless of the challenge or not, when should you pull your shards? So I've pulled 4 voids. I did that all during 2 times void chances. So that what I mean by 2 times is double the rates to get a legendary or an epic from a void shard. Now this current week will be a 10 times event. We just had 2 times void. So next week, not the 3rd, but the 10th of June should be 2 times ancients. So with that in mind, I am planning to save my ancient shards for a 2 times event. Now, if this was a normal account, I probably wouldn't be saving my shards yet this early on. When you are very early game, so let's start. Early game, brand new account, first month, maybe even 2, hell, maybe even 3 if you play as slow as I did on my last one. Just pull your shards as you get them, unless there's an event coming soon for 2 times chances that make it worth waiting a few more days or a week for. You just need champions. That's the reality. Until you have a solid roster of like 5 champions that can help you through dungeons, help you a little bit in clan boss, or a solid campaign farmer build, you just need to find champions, period. Like, it don't matter. So there are plenty of amazing rares that I will not be using on this account because of the restrictions. But you need champions, so just pull your shards. Honestly, at the end of the day, there are a lot of key rares that you can get from these ancient shards that you won't be disappointed in. Apothecary, Frozen Banshee, Grave Chill Killer, the 2 Chili Sisters pair really well together for clan boss. And there's War Maiden from campaign and from ancient shards. There's so many great champions you can use that you're going to want to have the opportunity to pull, even if it's just pulling a bunch of ancients and getting nothing special, seemingly. There is a lot of special. But once you start to get a solid team, now when I'm talking about a solid team, we are talking at least being able to farm for 5-star gear, ideally 6-star, but once you've gotten to the point where you can farm Dragon 13, where you can get 6-star gear, Dragons, let's see, 20 is where you only can get 5 and 6, but that's pushing it. But once you can get to Dragon 13, same things, Fire Knight, Ice Spider, to where you can at least start farming some more accessories and getting banners. Maybe stage 8 even is possible. Once you can start getting there, ideally 10 is probably perfect because at least you're not getting 3-star gear anymore. Then it might be okay to start saving your shards for special events. I'm meaning especially the 2x events. Early and mid-game accounts, especially 2x chances for epics and legendaries from those specific shards are your best times to pull shards. You have a plenty big champion pool of hoping for some amazing epics, hoping for some great Legos, and you want to get their chances at getting those. But until you have a solid team started, at least like started, you really just got to work on building some people up, honestly. So just in getting some people. So don't go too crazy thinking the second you start playing, oh, I have to wait for a 2x Ancients. Oh, I've got to wait a whole month for a 2x Sacred before I pull my Sacred. Don't wait. Just pull your shards very early on. Unless, like I said, for me, this account is epics and uncommons only. I can't use rares and I can't use legendaries. So hoping I at least get some epics and boosted chances for epics is really nice. So I am going to wait the 1 week. It's not that long to work on that. And in the meantime, if you have like a specific goal, you're like, okay, I am working on getting my starter to level 60 right now. I don't need to worry about pulling shards. I'm just focusing on my starter right now. Okay, sure. Wait a week, but don't wait too long because you need a team around your starter. Your starter alone can't farm all the dungeons for you. So you're gonna want to start finding champions to fill those roles as soon as possible. Along with the great 2x events that give you chances for shards, I would say these special events are awesome. Like, this is the thing though, when you're close to your mercy. So when we're talking mercy system, we're talking after you hit 200 summons for void and ancients, 200 shards pulled, you start to have an increased chance of getting a Lego, right? So and there is a pity for epics as well with voids and ancient shards. But if you know you're close to mercy system, and there's a special event like this, extra legendary, you get a bonus legendary, 2-for-1 deal. If you know for sure you are close because you are keeping track of your mercy count, pull. It's worth it. There's also, of course, guaranteed. And then there's, what do they call, 10x events. 10x sounds better than 2x, right? Wrong. Unless you're super late game, end game, late end game, whatever you want to call it, 10x events are just a big no. There's so many champions now that our chances of actually getting one of the legendaries that are part of the 10x is not great. And your chances of getting a legendary period is not boosted just because there's a 10x event. That is only your chances that if you happen to get a legendary, there's a 10x chance increase that that champion will be the one you get. But when there's hundreds of champions in the pool, it's like, what are you really gonna get that legendary? Let's be honest, it is hard. When it comes to the voids, the void pool is a bit smaller, so there's a little bit better chance of getting a void 10x versus a sacred or ancient champion from 10x that are non-void. But still, you really don't want to plan for those 10x events until you are late game, end game, you've completed all the content, and there's just very specific champions that you want. Now, besides these extra legendary events, there's also those guaranteed shard events, right? I'm at the point on my main account where I want to save for guaranteed events. So I got really lucky. I just pulled for the double Lego event, got it in 12 shards, boom, got double Legos. So I still have 100 shards left to save toward the next guaranteed ancient shard pull. Last one was 120 ancients. If it's the same, I'm golden. I'm in great shape. So that's something to consider. It's especially something to consider if you are free to play as well. If you're not buying shards constantly, you want to make sure you're spending them and using them wisely, right? If you're not constantly buying shards, you got to be careful of when you pull. And of course, you want to pull around events. You want to pull when there's a fusion, when there's a fragment. But also on that note, if you do a fusion and you actually get it, save it. Save it. Save it for when there is a champion chase tournament during another fusion or fragment event, so you can get those points. If you're beyond that point and you have no trouble with champion chase tournaments, then okay, maybe you pull it for CVC for those points to help your clan win your CVC and get some good accessories and resources. But really, if you don't really need that champion immediately on your account and you can get by without them, and it's not going to be a dramatic jump in your account, then wait to pull for champion chase for the next fusion, the next fragment, champion chase tournament. Just keep that in mind. Those are free points. It's 500 points for legendaries, 250 for epics typically. So that'll be helpful, free, easy points. It's also a good point to note when it comes to fusions. If you're about to fuse your Broadmaw, wait until a champion chase tournament to fuse that Broadmaw. Wait to fuse these rares. Same thing with Rosin, the epics, the Rosin fusion. Wait until there's a champion chase to where you can actually take advantage of the free points for it as well. But when it comes down to it, I guess you guys probably also have the comment. I hear this a lot. Oh, I'm free to play. I don't get that many shards. I'm free to play. I don't know how you get so much. How do you have 100 shards saved? Must be nice to get that many shards. Oh, only whales can do these events. Not true at all, guys. Not true at all. I have had many free-to-play account people show me their accounts, and their accounts look like freaking mega krakens because they are good at saving resources. At the end of the day, it's about saving resources and only spending wisely. So if there's an event going on, I mean, right now there's not like a summon rush, right? I don't think it's not the weekend, so we don't have summon rush, just a dungeon diver starting. But if there's a summon rush, only pull till you get the resources you need, then stop. Just because you have 15 sacreds, finally, oh my god, so excited, it's a 2-time sacred event, doesn't mean you have to pull them all. It doesn't mean you have to pull them all. Stop. Save them for the next event. Save them for when you need them for points for a fusion that you really want to get. You know, trying to be resourceful is important. Also, when it comes to clan boss, that's where things really ramp up. Now, people like to only do a couple of keys because, oh, I don't have time. What do you mean you don't have time? You can do 2 keys in the morning, do 2 keys at night before you go to bed. Done. Easy clap. Done. So here, even normal, you can get a void shard in an epic book. Resources. So, you're like, oh, I just hit hard. I don't really care about normal. The rewards aren't that good. Yeah, they can be. They really can be. I've gotten void shards from normal. So what I do on my main account, I'm not always the best at this. I have to admit, my timing is terrible for doing clan boss. Sometimes I forget to do clan boss until a bit late in the evening. Myself, I definitely mess up. But I try to get. I have a 1 key Ultra Nightmare team. So boom, of course, chances to get all the good stuff, right? So you get 1 key Ultra Nightmare, 1 key Nightmare, 1 key Brutal. So Brutal, you could see you no longer have a chance to get a Sacred Shard. That's where, like, if you want, you can start pushing to get 1 key Nightmare. It's worth it. But look at here. Second chest from the top, you can't get a Sacred Shard from Nightmare. So This is why Clan Boss is so important, guys. Doing your Clan Boss every day makes such a big difference. When it comes to Ultra Nightmare, though, you can see the first chest is about the same as the normal top chest. Same thing. Like, you don't, the rates get a little bit better, but again, you can't get a sacred shard unless it is the top chest. What about these legendary books? Nope, no legendary books unless it's the top chest as well. And that was Ultra Nightmare that I'm showing you. So same thing here, Nightmare. Sacred shard, legendary book. Brutal. Void shard, epic book. But at least you don't get rare books from Brutal. So keep that in mind as well. If you are finding yourself getting low on rare books, you might want to make sure you're hitting lower than Brutal chests, just for the sake of trying to get some rare books as well. But usually it's not a problem. But it's actually quite funny to see that they helped us by cutting out some of those rare books because we were complaining that we kept getting rare books from higher levels of Clan Boss. So they got rid of it. But now it's a little bit harder to get rare books because they cut them out, right? But as long as you're doing events, you shouldn't have too much of a problem. And you'll start getting some other champions besides rares, right? That you want to start booking with those epic books. But yeah, looking at the Clan Boss rewards and actually trying to use all 4 keys a day and making sure you're getting the top chest. We call this top chest. So when someone says, oh, I can 1 key hard, that means I can, in 1 key, I can get the maximum damage to do hard top chest. That is some lingo that you guys should be aware of as well. When people say, oh, how much, like how many keys for is your Ultra Nightmare? 1 key, top chest, 2 keys to get top chest, 3 keys to get top chest, meaning 70,000 point whatever, 70 million, sorry, total. So there's lots of lingo like that, and it can be a little bit confusing early game. I have been really bad at this free-to-play account because we were really busy. I didn't find it worth me even hitting normal because my normal damage was so bad I couldn't even get a low chest. So that's kind of wasted keys, so I just waited until here. Hopefully once I get my War Master on my shield guard as far as the masteries go, it's gonna be a big improvement. But I couldn't even get this top chest, this low chest here. So that's kind of a bummer. But hey, if I do, you still can get an ancient shard. Shards, man, free champions, right? All right there. I think I covered most of the discussions around pulling shards, getting shards. I mean, there's lots of obviously other ways to get shards. Doing your missions, doing your challenges, doing your faction wars, and doing your campaign, you'll get those rewards along the way as well. But if anyone has questions, feel free to comment below. Appreciate if anyone is watching this. I am on my final run here, less than 30 subs to go for hitting that 8,000 subs on YouTube. I know 10,000 sounds like a better goal, right? But 8,000 gets me tier 3 content creator status for the Plarium content creator program. That means I will be able to test out new champions as they come on the test server. I will be able to do multiple giveaways, so stay tuned for that. And well, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.